All right, we are 5 minutes exactly before the closing bell rings for the week. Major averages are all going to close down. Again, for the S&P, it is the worst week since 2020, the week of the lockdowns in March. Right now, we do have the Dow looking to close down for the week about 4.5%, the S&P down 5.6%, the Nasdaq down 4.6%. Well, if you look at the stocks that have really performed very poorly this week, on the Nasdaq, chip stocks, Marvell and AMD, the biggest laggards. You've got NetEase down 11.8%. And on the S&P 500, oil stocks have gotten absolutely crushed. Names from EOG Resources, Devon and Marathon, they are the biggest laggards, anywhere from a 20% clip down 22% for EOG Resources. So they are pretty much the worst performers there. Some other laggards, again, all energy names. So what happens next week? And what is, in the grand scheme of things, happening with the markets right now? Joining me now, Bob Dahl, CIO of Crossmark Global Investments. Bob, I read your note every single week and day. Crossmark Global, you've got about $5.8 billion now at the end of March in assets under management. Is this the bottom? When we look back several months away from today, will today have been the bottom, or this week at least?
I think a bottom, Liz, but I wish I could tell you it's the bottom. I don't think we're there yet. We had a bottom in February. We had an A bottom on May 20, and an A bottom this week. And what that means is you can get a decent rally. The first one was low double-digit percentage for the S&P. The second one was high single digits. I don't know what this one will be, but we're way oversold. Pessimism took over again, and I think we'll get a rally. But I don't think we've seen the low yet. Not enough capitulation and no visibility that the Fed's anywhere close to the end of the hard work ahead of them. Till we see that, I think it's hard to say the bottom will be in place, Liz.
Yeah, this is the 10th week out of 11 that the S&P and Nasdaq will have lost the week to the bears. Talk about, Bob, if you could, some advising, some ideas for the investor right now, as you believe this could be a bottom, not the bottom.
So I'd first of all say, if you are leveraged in stocks, reduce that leverage, get out of that leverage. If you have a lot of cash, having seen a lot of red on the screen this week, do a little buying. It's okay. I tend to be a buyer on the big red periods and try to trim on the green periods, not knowing when the bottom's going to happen. So where do you go? For conservative investors, I'd say in the stock market, the HMOs are still pretty conservative names. They've done well, meaning going down less than the market. They have good fundamentals. My favorites are Anthem and Cigna. And then for those who are a little bolder, old tech, companies that have been around for a while. They're perhaps not the sexiest technology companies, but they've done better by going down less in this tough environment because they have earnings now and yield now, as opposed to, waiting. Those high duration tech stocks have gotten hit hard. A couple of names there would be HP. IBM is on my list in that area as well, Liz.
It's interesting. You've got Intel. Yeah, you've got Intel on there. Intel's down about 20% year to date, 23%. But AMD, one of its big competitors, is down 43%. So I see what you're saying, where it is sort of the less worse picture. Bob, where do you see some unraveling here? We know that crypto is also Bitcoin's having its worst week since March of 2020. Again, that week during the lockdown. Do you worry that too many people who have had their feet stuck, or at least dipping their toes in crypto, have really started only the beginning of what could be much more pain?
Yeah, I don't think crypto bottoms until Nasdaq does, and we're not there yet, in my view, Liz. Look, crypto is brought in a lot of speculators, some who made a bunch of money, and sadly some who lost a lot of money. We still don't know a lot about crypto. Government's not even said how they're going to regulate it. So to me, it's still a speculation. Doesn't mean you can't make money, but you better be a good trader in this environment.
Well, on a day where we've got some green on the screen, we always appreciate your voice, Bob. Bob Dahl, thank you so much.